this is the thing. Everyone does not know the true depths of why he's called a scammer, because again, part of his manipulation of people is recreating the narrative. So he's taken ownership of the word scammer. He calls himself a scammer now.
It's me, Darius Crooks, also known as your local scammer.
He has his blind followers saying in post where they bought, his Alibaba cookware, paying 200% more than markup. He'll have them put in their post, I just been scammed by Darius Crooks and I loved it. I love my new cookware. Or I just traveled all the way from California to Chicago for dining with Darius Crooks, and boy, did he scam me good. Y'all know I got a clip like that.
We drove all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina to get scammed by Darius Crooks, and boy, did he scam us good. We were so enthralled by everything. We are so impressed, and I can't wait to get scammed again. Thank you, Darius Crooks, for an amazing experience. We talked about it all the way back to the hotel. Love you.
Boy, did he scam me good. He has taken ownership of it. I compare it to the N-word, how as Black people, we got called it so much, and it was used to break us down, destroy us, et cetera, et cetera. We took ownership. Everybody don't use it, but for the most part, have taken ownership of the word and turned it into lingo. He's done the same thing.
The shenanigans have already started. Yesterday, I went to.
I'm gonna do commentary. If you want to see this foolishness, go to his Facebook. But I will stop and go. But he says the shenanigans began as if he didn't create this situation. But continue.
A restaurant called The Licking, which you guys I'm sure are familiar with. You guys keep saying, does DJ Khaled own it? And he doesn't. I just think he was promoting it. I don't think he owns it. So I know there's a lot of confusion around that. All right. Also, I went there yesterday, and I did not have the most pleasant experience at all, actually. I talked about sort of some of the things that, I don't know, I just wasn't happy with. It's just the hospitality of it all. It's a restaurant, so they should be hospitable. And they just weren't. The poor girl at the register, so it's my first day, so she's trying to navigate stuff, and the manager who was on duty left her behind. And he left the building, actually. So he wasn't even in on the premises. He ended up leaving. And then I asked her, it's like 4 people in there sitting down. I was like, can we lower the music some? The music was blaring. It was so loud. And then she told us we could sit at on a certain table. And then by the time the manager guy came back, it was, as soon as he walked in the door, it was like a parent scolding a child. What is this? You can't sit here. You can't do this. We can't do this. Duh, duh, duh. And I was like, dang, man. Good evening, good afternoon to you too. How are you? So it's like, I don't care how good the food is. When you have somebody coming in basically yapping orders at you, like you work for them, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn, like, really? Like, this is what we doing? So I told him, I said, well, girl, the cashier told us we could sit right here. She said it was no problem. And really, it's nobody in this restaurant, so I don't really know why there is a problem sitting here in this spot. He was like, well, the lights are off over here. He's like, it's dark. I'm like, the lights are on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he just kind of wanted to flex, I think, at that point. You know what I'm saying?
So the manager wanted to flex. You see him projecting. He's like, oh, he wanted to flex. He just came in with this air about himself and demanding things. Ninja, that's what you do. That's what we watch you do every time you do capture yourself going live in these restaurants. We see you doing all of these things.
Manager, type A personality. You
defining this man as a type A personality from one conversation where you didn't get your way. So now this man type A personality. You see, and they'll the flying monkeys, DHAGs, deplorables will take this as fact, not realizing he's literally giving you his opinion of this man. None of this is factual. It's just his opinion because again, he didn't get his way.
Just wanted to be a flex, I guess. And we got it all on camera.
A flex, I guess. Pay attention to the key words. He doesn't know that. He's just trying to paint the guy out to be everything that he actually is, which is deplorable.
It was just a really bad sort of like hospitality and service experience. And so, which I'm hearing from y'all that this is normal. This is what to be expected at this place. So this is.
So the funny part, y'all, I ran out of time, but as I watched this, as I was pulling this show together for y'all, I was like, God damn it. I wish I had more time because I wanted to insert clips of him and his horrible customer service. I put some little tricks, put some little special pieces in here a little later on. But I didn't have enough time to really do what I would have did. But I was going to put in him cursing them out, tell him get the F off his line. B, what you asking me that for? You sent 7 emails, send the 8th one. I literally was going to just throw that stuff in here, but I didn't have time. Again, projecting. We have you on camera doing all these things.
It's not anything that I feel like is new. So, of course, I was pissed yesterday. And well within my right as a paying customer to express, how underwhelmed I was, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with me expressing to my community how I felt. And so I called the place trash. I said I would never go back. The service is absolutely horrific, this, that, and the third. Apparently that post made a little bit of traction and made its way back to the owner.
Apparently, y'all see this victim mentality, this, oh my God, I just don't know how this has become so much. Apparently, the post reached the owner. Ninja, you tagged the owner. You tagged his restaurant. Of course he's going to see it. You put it on your platform with 1.6 million bots and a few humans, maybe 10 to 20,000 humans. Of course he's going to see it. The blogs are going to piss it up. Of course, because that's what you want, because you want the clicks and views. But apparently he saw all this. Listen to the tone of voice. It's all manipulation. But good job, Crooks. Good job. You're trending again. Only on the, generic blogs. Not like Keith Lee, though. You ain't on the national media. You just in the, little YouTube blogs and stuff. Little Instagram. That's as far as you're going to ever get in life. You messed it up. Could have did more.
The owner of the restaurant, he commented on one of my Facebook posts, and he wrote, "See you soon," with the praying hands. As if I'm supposed to be afraid, I guess. I'm not really sure. So he said that, and then he posted on his Instagram stories all the old stories about me, the scamming, the BBB warning, this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like they circulate these stories as if nobody's ever heard of these stories. And, this is their way of getting me back, is by saying, oh, you're a scammer. Oh, the BBB says this. Oh, I Googled you this. It's like, we do this with every restaurant owner every week. You get up.
Now, y'all hear him? Because some people going to think Vell over here just making up stuff for clicks and views, when Vell just tells it like it is. He does all the work. Crooks does all the work. I literally just grab the receipts off the internet from the beautiful people in the coalition who follow him on the various exposing pages and on Twitter and stuff. I just take what they've been watching and put it all together. I don't have to embellish nothing. He literally telling you every week he's getting exposed by these Black restaurant owners because he's creating drama with them. It's not because they're bored. How often do we see restaurant owners creating drama for clicks and views? Clicks and views ain't what pay their bills. You coming in their restaurant and eating does. The clicks and views pays Darius Crooks bills. So that's why he keeps it going. That's why he's removed himself. He's slowly, if you'll notice, he's removing himself more and more from front-facing businesses. Everything he's trying to do now is internet-based so that he can run his business and, you know, commit crimes and all of that. And it's just harder to track him down, harder to keep him. His customer base is too large, all of that stuff. It's all about design. And he's a horrible business person. It's all about design. It's all about design.
Upset with me because I speak my truth. You go dig up a story from 4 years ago.
Another lie. I'm replay that part. These are the sort of things that Darius Crooks does in his recreating of the narrative, because some people who are listening to him and listening to this, you know, live with him, not here over here on this side where I'm gonna break it down for y'all and give y'all the facts. The true story, as the thumbnail says. He's trying to now make it seem like it's so old. It's so long ago, 4 years ago. Nigga, that was just, what was that, a year and a half ago? I've only been covering this for now I think it's close to 2 years. I've only been covering this for 2 years. That's how I know. It ain't been no 4 years. I haven't had this YouTube channel 4 years. So that's not true. But you'll notice, like, the more he tells the story, I got him recorded other times, he just throws a random number out there that's not accurate. Because again, it's going to make these people who don't know no better think, oh, why they keep bringing up old stuff? Also, he's minimizing. I don't care if it was 20 years ago. If you were a scammer and you created fraudulent companies and defrauded hundreds of people and then cyberbullied hundreds more and doxed nearly 100 more, it don't matter how long ago. That could be 10, 20 years ago. You're still doing it all. You're still doing it all, with the exception of the Fresh Go Food scam, because that business is shut down. But now you're about to create the Carolina Pound Cake. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but you're about to recreate that, relaunch, as you called it, that scam where you were running a trap-based bakery illegally out of the state of Georgia. And they shut it down when they found out where it was. And now you're about to restart that business. Hopefully legally this time, but you're not started in Georgia because you can't run businesses in Georgia. Another thing he lies about. So now he's moved to Houston. Well, he has the house in Houston. Now he's claiming he's about to become a permanent resident of Houston in 22 days. Now, all of a sudden, you're trying to open that restaurant again because you couldn't do it in Georgia. You can't open nothing in Georgia. Your warehouse is there. Why wouldn't you have your new Carolina Pound Cake company be there? Right, y'all. We ain't gotten to the molded cakes and stuff now. Slow down. Y'all getting ahead of us. We'll break that down again. We'll do a whole new, because there's a lot of new people who don't know these stories. Let me just do a quick little poll. What's this one I'm ending? Do you believe that Crooks reviews are constructive and just fine? 8% of y'all are batshit crazy, and it's okay with me. I love y'all. Love you anyway, or you're a troll. Either way, have at it. It takes all kind to make the world go round. Do you know about the Carolina Pound Cake scam? Do you know about the business that Darius Crooks ran through he did run it down. That wasn't what I was trying to say. But that he ran during the pandemic, called the Carolina Pound Cake Company, where he was supposedly shipping, cakes to people across America. And people were, we got some stories on that. But it was in an illegal bakery in Sandy Springs in Atlanta, in the Sandy Springs suburb. I think that was Sandy Springs. Anyway, we'll talk about that more, but I'm just curious how many of y'all know about it. Okay. Oh, let me finish playing this. I'm multitasking. I got confused.
Speak my truth. You go dig up a story from 4 years ago. You get upset.
Catch these words, y'all. This is the thing that people have to do. When you listen to Crooks, he will take pieces of the truth and then add his lie to it. And so if you're not really paying attention, you're like, well, no, that's true. That's true. So that must mean what he's saying is true. No, he'll take a piece of the truth and wrap it in a big ass lie. But listen to what he's saying when he says my truth, which means it ain't the truth, it's your version of what you want people to believe.
With me because I speak my truth.
I speak my truth, not I speak the truth. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. He tells on himself.
This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like they circulate these stories as if nobody's ever heard of these stories. And, you know, this is their way of getting me back, is by saying, oh, you're a scammer. Oh, you know, the BBB says this. Oh, I Googled you this. It's like, we do this with every restaurant owner every week. You get upset with me because I speak my truth. You go dig up a story from 4 years ago. You post the story as if nobody's aware of the story. It's like, all right, we've done this. Let's move on. So I blocked him. I saw that on Instagram because he had tagged me when he had posted. So once he had tagged me in what he had posted, I blocked him on Instagram, right? So then I was like, I came on Facebook and I told you, I said, you know, yo, I blocked the guy on Instagram. Don't let anybody get on your nerve. This and the third. And then I started seeing finger licking Miami post the same screenshots in my comment section on this page on Facebook. So I said, okay, all right, I see where this is going. Let me go ahead and block you now over here. So I've now blocked him on Facebook, and I also blocked him on Instagram.
So y'all see how he plays the victim. He literally tags the guy in the post, dragging his business, being very disparaging and disgusting. But then when the guy responds in like on his platform, all of a sudden he's, oh my God, he's harassing me. I blocked him, rightfully so. I'm protecting my space. What? You're also protecting your, blind followers from seeing the truth, because this is the thing. Everyone does not know the true depths of why he's called a scammer, because again, part of his manipulation of people is recreating the narrative. So he's taken ownership of the word scammer. He calls himself a scammer now.
It's me, Darius Crooks, also known as your local scammer.
He has his blind followers saying in post where they bought, his Alibaba cookware, paying 200% more than markup. He'll have them put in their post, I just been scammed by Darius Crooks and I loved it. I love my new cookware. Or I just traveled all the way from California to Chicago for dining with Darius Crooks, and boy, did he scam me good. Y'all know I got a clip like that. I wish I had been thinking to pull out that.
We drove all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina to get scammed by Darius Crooks, and boy, did he scam us good. We were so enthralled by everything. We are so impressed, and I can't wait to get scammed again. Thank you, Darius Crooks, for an amazing experience. We talked about it all the way back to the hotel. Love you.
Boy, did he scam me good. He has taken ownership of it. I compare it to the N-word, how as Black people, we got called it so much, and it was used to break us down, destroy us, et cetera, et cetera. We took ownership. Everybody don't use it, but for the most part, have taken ownership of the word and turned it into lingo. He's done the same thing. It's crazy, and they don't see it. They just buying into it. They with the ish. They with the ish.
So, I mean, I don't like it either. Again, I can see if none of it was on tape, you know what I'm saying? Or, we didn't see the display, but we've got it all. We got it all on tape, like literally all on tape. And so I think, I go back to the premise of why open the doors if you don't want to see them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why open the door? Why open a restaurant? Why open a place that is supposed to be hospitable if you don't want anybody here?
So now they don't want any customers. Not that they don't want his toxic ass up in there and all his evil spirits floating around. Not that they don't want him in there with all that shenanigans, as he just said. It's now they don't want no customers. If they don't want us there, why they open their doors? What? What?
You're going to have an attitude when people walk through the front door. Why are you even open to begin with?
Oh, child. Send me an email, because I'm finna block you. All right? Darius at DariusCooks.com, or reply to your order confirmation email.
So I purposely put a little flashback clip. Since he's claiming that people, why do they have businesses open when they don't want their customers? Well, answer the question for yourself, because you've shown many times that most people miss this stuff because they're not on his Instagram lives watching this stuff. And this is the stuff he does behind the scenes that 90% of his people don't see. And so they think people are just making up this stuff. But here you go. Here's evidence of him doing what he claims another business is doing.
Like, why open the door? Why open a restaurant? Why open a place that is supposed to be hospitable if you don't want anybody here? If you're going to have an attitude when people walk through the front door, why are you even open to begin with?
Oh, child. Send me an email, because I'm finna block you. All right? Darius at DariusCooks.com, or reply to your order confirmation email, because you're finna be blocked. Bye. Send me a refund. We ain't seen the order number yet.
I heard somebody say they ain't got their knife. We ain't got your knife because they ain't in you.
You know what I mean? Like, why open a restaurant? So, you know, I go back to that basic premise. You know, the food also is very, very, you know, it was below average. So nothing about the food was good. And I think what really pissed him off was the manager guy. What pissed him off is because he was literally standing next to me while I was doing the review. And I literally was not, I'm not holding back anymore. You know, like I was going to have like, you know, decorum and be very, you know, yeah. I said, you know what? No, fuck this. So I gave it to just how I felt in the moment. You know, I was like, no, the customer is not always right. No, the customer is not always right. The customer should always be first. Customers make mistakes too. Customers are not always right, but the customer should always be first. And, I mean, having us move from a table that nobody is even in the restaurant, right? Nobody's here. We're seated. I don't even understand what the issue is. But I will tell you this, and this is where this is where I'm coming. I'm getting to a crossroads with doing this work. And I don't want to, because I still want to find the hidden gems. And I know the hidden gems are not always the posh, you know, super expensive restaurants. Like I recognize that and I realize that. But what I'm finding, unfortunately, more and more is that these hole-in-the-wall places are the ones with the worst attitudes. They're the ones with the worst service. They're the ones who need the publicity the most. And it seems like they just don't even want anybody in. You know, I'm looking at some of these like hole-in-the-wall spots. I mean, I'm sorry, your food is not that great to have that kind of an attitude. I could see if you know, you were some 5-star amazing cuisine, but you selling tilapia on the menu. You know what I mean? You got an egg roll and Alfredo and tilapia. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, like I said, I could see if it was, you know, some super dope. Okay, then cool. All right, now this makes sense. You know, we could do this, but you ain't even hitting on those culinary levels, right? And I also want to say this. I don't see why there's an issue when I'm echoing the exact same sentiments your normal customers are echoing, right? Your normal customers are telling you the service is bad. Your normal customers are telling you, it's just okay, right? Your normal customers are telling you this. Your normal customers are telling you that. Hold on one second, y'all. If your normal customers are telling you that, why is that an issue, a problem? You know what I'm saying? This, that, the third. If that's what your normal customers are telling you, and I'm literally echoing the sentiments, I think maybe it's you don't want me to say it. You don't want to hear an outsider say it. But the insiders have been saying it, and unfortunately, you haven't done anything. The insiders are telling you, like.
So now his claim, again, recreating the narrative. So he has some of his followers, probably 3 to 4 people, then told him that they agree, like the food not that good, or they had a bad experience, or whatever their complaint was. He's now trying to say that the entire restaurant is suffering from that critique, ignoring the fact that there are so many other people saying how great the food is and how much they love the restaurant, and they have multiple locations and all of this because of these people who agree with you. And he'll do that all the time, where he'll impress upon, if he can get one or even just one person, he'll be like, and there are people who agree with me. Okay, but when we're talking about a restaurant that is very popular in a city or a state, and you got a handful of people who had bad experience, we've had bad experiences at McDonald's and Burger King, but that doesn't mean that we want them closed down or that they're horrible. Like, but that's, allow him to tell the story, and that's the story he'll tell. McDonald's is a poorly ran business that needs to go out of business. They don't want customers. And he'll do that based on one experience at one location with one employee that he gave some sassy energy to, and they gave it back to him. And he turns the narrative to the whole restaurant, the whole business being a flop. And the only thing I noticed with this particular situation that he does with every other situation is usually he throws around the fact of how wealthy he is as also a read. And I know, because I'm a multimillionaire and run blah, 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 and I've had successful businesses, he'll do that. But he didn't do it in this case, because this guy is obviously more successful. The owner of this restaurant is more successful and obviously more wealthy than he is. So that ain't came up in the conversation. Oh, she's so horrible. She's so miserable.
Fix this, and you still haven't, but you want to get upset with me with an outsider. It's not DJ Khaled's restaurant. He was only promoting. He does not own the restaurant. Okay? So
there's also, so he keeps talking about the whole DJ Khaled thing, because people are telling him that basically you trashing DJ Khaled's restaurant, and this E-Class guy is a co-owner. Darius Crooks is saying, no, DJ Khaled doesn't own it. He was just promoting the business. I don't know how he knows that factually, or is that just his opinion, but people from Miami are speculating that. So I don't know for a fact which is true, but if you're wondering why DJ Khaled keeps coming up, that's because people are telling him you're trashing DJ Khaled's restaurant. And this guy, this E-Class guy, the business owner, from what I hear, he's in the music business and all of these other things. I think he owns a studio or something too. So he has multiple businesses and has a lot going for himself, and is very connected with a lot of the famous people we know, famous rappers and stuff we know. He could be in business with them, and Darius Crooks don't know. That's not his lane. So, but you know, she's a know-it-all. So just take it with a grain of salt. That's what they talk about.
That's where we are with, unfortunately, with the licking, no doubt. And I get it. He pissed because of what I said. He pissed at what I said, and that's cool. You could be pissed at what I said, but it don't change the fact that the service is bad. It don't change the fact that you should be open if this is the way you're gonna act or treat people. At the end of the day, I mean, people are people, right? And at some point, you should be like, do you want to welcome people in? Do you want to, invite people in? Like, isn't that the purpose of opening a restaurant? Or are you just having a restaurant to say you own a restaurant and you don't want to welcome people in? Or do you only want to welcome people in when they agree with your mediocre food?
This should be wrapping up soon. I'm sorry for torture. It's torturing me, y'all, but I do want y'all to hear it so we have all the pieces.
Right? I mean, literally, that's really what it is. It is very mediocre. It is not delicious. And not only that, it's not even healthy. It's nothing about that menu. It's shit you need to be eating every day. Nothing. Right? There's nothing. I mean, just nothing there.
So the food he makes, I guess Crooks is inferring that the food he makes daily, and that that freeze shot is perfect. But I guess he's inferring that the food he makes daily is healthy. Because last time I checked, he said you got to put sugar in greens. That healthy? Because everything I see him make is diabetic inducing. I mean, he really acts like no one is, like everyone's blind and deaf who follows him or sees his foolishness. He's critiquing someone for making unhealthy food when he built his whole platform on unhealthy food, with the occasional grift of acting like he's doing vegan or juicing or something crazy. And then that only lasts long enough to get some new followers. And then he falls off from that. You don't hear nothing else about it. His vegan cookbook ain't even vegan. You've had vegans rip that book apart like this a mess. They throw it away. Critiquing somebody's health level of their food. She's doing too much.
So it's like, what's the use? So I did it because, again, I want to do the work, but I'm like I said, I'm at a crossroads really at this point where I'm just like, I'm tired of the Instagram restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of but can we offer more? Instead of attacking you, how about fix the problem? Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Says the person who, when people started to expose him for all of his crime scheme, bad business practices, we got who is that? I can't read the name. I think it's Fim from the chat. I think who's an ex-employee. I'm gonna get to your comments though, but who's an ex-employee. All of your horrible treatment of them, not paying your ex-employees, closing a business with no notice, all those things. And all we were doing was offering our critique of how you could and should do better and make amends. And what did you do? Called us liars, went to, as far as doxing us, I got doxed too, y'all. Doxing us, putting our personal information out, doxing our family members. All we was trying to do was help you be a better business person, like you're supposedly trying to do with these black businesses. I ain't seen none of them dox you yet. I wouldn't shrug if they did. I ain't seen none of them do that. All they've done is put out the facts of what's in the media. They haven't even created any stories about you. They literally are reposting what's already out there. So why they wrong? How are they a bad person? They're literally you're critiquing their business and their entrepreneurship. They're sharing critiques of yours. But they're wrong. I'm lost. Help me out. I'm confused.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of but can we offer more?
Victim mode.
Instead of attacking you, how about fix the problem? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's one of the issues. It's like, instead of, recognizing that this is what an issue is, or, this is what the problem is, they want to attack me or be upset with me. All I did was highlight what your people have been saying to you the whole time. Right? And it's like, I mean, there's only one way to fix it. You just don't support. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen comments, people say, I'm never going back there. Like, you can't pay me to go back there. And after what I experienced, I don't care what, and they tell me, well, it's different in Orlando, the one in Orlando. I don't care if it's in my backyard. Right? I don't care if it's in my backyard. Why don't I have a restaurant? Because I decided to focus on my $1.9 million.
I think this is where my receipts come in. So just hang tight.
Dinner party tour that I've been doing all this year. 334 dinner parties. That's why I'm in Miami for a dinner party tonight. I did 176 dinner parties last year. That's why I don't have a restaurant, because I make much more money, exponentially more, with less of a headache without having a restaurant. That's the reason why. And people who are watching me on this live stream have been multiple times to my dinner parties that I hold all over the country. That's why I don't have a restaurant. Let me know if you have any other questions. Y'all, give me a second. I'm trying to see if this person has any additional information. Do they need any additional information? If there's any questions they need to have answered. Let me see. I'm
just receipts of his healthy food. His he rates creativity and the aesthetics, the appearance, the taste. This is his food. I know this look like something from your probably look like something your kids when they make their first attempt to make their first soul food meal. I know that's what that look like, some slop. But this is what this culinary supposed guru, this his plate.
just wondering if they have any questions. Got it. I didn't think you did. Let me know.
Another trick that he does, he'll clap back at someone who was on his Instagram lives and they make a comment like that. Well, what happened with your businesses? Why are you critiquing businesses and you couldn't keep your restaurants open? Then he claps back. Then he claims he'll block them, but then he claims that he's giving them time to retort. How you gonna argue with somebody who can only type to you and you are able to speak to your audience who gonna go for what whatever you say is law to them anyway? On top of that, at the same time, his people are harassing them, whoever's making these comments. So they like, get off of here. You sorry, this and that. Look at your profile picture. They doing all that. On top of that, the piece that some people don't know. Again, tricks of the trade. He's a snake. He's very slippery. So whereas it's looking like he shut them down, his moderators and our moderators over here don't do that. They know that they do not block any of the hags or the deplorables, the dehags, the dehivers, the deplorables. They know that they do, and the flying monkeys. They all fall under the flying monkey umbrella, but I break them down. But they know we don't block them over here from the truth. We don't need to have the truth. We will time out the hell out of them if they get to acting up, but we will not block them. Him, on the other hand, his moderator's job is to block people to keep the truth from coming out. So the truth is, although he's acting like that person never said anything back, most likely the moderator blocked them if he didn't do it himself. Tricks. He's a sneaky one.
I'll be here for a little bit. If you have any other questions, I'll be around. Yeah, that's it. It's just disappointing, And not for nothing. All the restaurants can't be amazing. You know what I mean? Like every restaurant that we open up, that we go to, every restaurant can't be outstanding. You know what I'm saying? Every restaurant can't be amazing. So I'm not expecting it to be amazing. I do expect relatively decent service. I do expect, you to be welcoming when we come in. I do expect you to be like, welcome, not necessarily why you here? What you doing here? That kind of attitude. You know what I mean?
Lord, y'all, I wish I could have pulled my clips. Clips are flying in my head. I got all kind of like, oh, I remember when he did this. Oh, I remember when he said, oh, don't bring this ish over here to Instagram. We take that ish back over there to Facebook, to his own followers and customers, or potential customers. It's all in play. Oh, Lord. Y'all wait till I'm able to just pull this stuff real quick on y'all.
Like, I think we should expect that. I don't think there's anything wrong with expecting that. But, it is what it is. So we're out here. We're on our way to 2 more restaurants today. I can't tell you which ones we're going to. In fact,
I am the king of petty. Okay? The king. I gotta stop being petty, though. Actually, I don't. Okay? Actually, I don't. I was like, I gotta stop being petty. But you know what? Now that I think about it, petty is good.
Petty is good. Sometimes petty's good, y'all. Y'all know I can be petty. Sometimes petty is good. I gotta agree with her in that case. Sometimes petty is good. That was a petty moment. Y'all notice how it ends on the pig snort? Okay, let's get back to this story.
Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through.